There are two distinct methods of teaching and passing information to a person. One being the offline method, which is like speaking in a seminar or organizing a workshop, or doing it online, which is on the internet. You can do it using chat programs like MSN Messenger, Yahoo Messenger, or Skype. I'm going to first start with the offline teaching method, which is teaching in person, and I'm going to cover with you on the 4 critical components to effective teaching in person. Now, if you're organizing a workshop or a seminar, teaching skills like internet marketing, forex, self-improvement, confidence building, business management, leadership consultation, and so on, this is the most ideal method of teaching, because through teaching in person, you can exhibit eye contact, you can meet people in person, interact people in real time, and pass on your skill more effectively. However, as a speaker or a coach on stage or in front of the room, you must wear a suit or a blazer to distinguish yourself immediately from the audiences. Because if you wear just another collared shirt or just look like one of the audiences, there will be a massive difference in how people perceive you as the expert. Therefore, you cannot just look like one of them. Now, if you're wearing a coat is a very common in your culture, then you should wear a different suit color, wear an armband, or even wear gloves. The most important thing is that you must distinguish yourself immediately from the rest of the audience, so you can establish yourself as the authority figure in the room. Because everyone operates on the subconscious level, and when they see you, they are going to operate on an intuition basis, and they will know right away and right there and then that you're the speaker and you're the authority figure. Secondly, the use of PowerPoint slides and laser pointer is essential when you want to present your idea or teach a certain skill. Now, using the PowerPoint isn't exactly difficult. All they have to do is just write some text and put everything in bullet points. And when you go through each slide, you'll go through each bullet points in deeper elaboration. This gives you an instant mind map and an organized structure to presenting your ideas to the crowd. Now, if you're doing a long day seminar, which means spending several hours, you should speak for 1.5 hours maximum and then take a break and call for an interval, perhaps for around 10 to 15 minutes. This is because people who attend your seminar will be listening to you a lot in that 1.5 hours, and their minds need to digest. They will need to go through their notes and that they have been taking down when listening to you, and they want to summarize and recap everything before you continue on with the next part of your seminar. If you're conducting a workshop, it pays to position helpers around the room to help with specific columns of attendees. So if your class consists of, let's just say, 30 people, and you're doing a real-time workshop on starting an internet business, you'll quickly learn that your attendees who are attending your class have different level of skills with their computers. Some are proficient with using the computer, and then there are those who are still not used to the keyboard, and then there are just those who are technically clueless. Now, this is where having helpers and sub-instructors come in. If you position helpers around the room strategically to help with a certain column of participants, these people will not only be able to help you assist with the students who are having troubles with technical aspects, you can also continue your class on time and on schedule without being interrupted by people who are slow and people who are having difficulties. The most important thing is that no one gets left behind. If you're teaching online, this is good if you're doing it on a one-on-one basis, or you're teaching people who are from different countries or not within your area. This is where teaching online pays. However, there are also disadvantages. The first thing that I want to highlight is that you must protect yourself legally. You must establish to your students that the chat or the call cannot be recorded and repackaged as your own information. Because when you make a call or write on chat, your contents are being exposed to more than one participant. So if you write down in a chat program, this means that words are over there and people can actually just repackage it as their own information. Or if you're on a call, people can actually just record it. So you must first establish and get your students to sign a non-disclosure agreement not to reveal the trade secrets or techniques. Now, that being covered, start the call or chat with establishing what the person would learn and then go through it systematically. For instance, Forex or foreign exchange. When you teach a student online how to trade, you first establish that what a person will learn in the 2 hours, and after that you go through it one by one. Here's the tip though. You can use Camtasia Studio to record on screen for technical activities. For things like how to observe a Forex chart, how to create a website, and so on. Teaching online is an effective situation if you are coaching students who are geographically challenged or from various countries. All you have to do is get everyone to a point, a certain time, at which time zone, to come online, and for those who cannot make it due to their own schedule, you can always save the call or the chat conversation and send the transcript to them later on. Now, to avoid these common mistakes, whether you are teaching online or offline, you must not let the crowd control you as a speaker. You control the crowd. I've seen amateur speakers make the mistakes where they're not quite sure of themselves and their body language gives away that they lack self-confidence themselves. So as a result, the crowd controls and asks them questions and it becomes random. So you must control the crowd, and if any of the audience attempts to ask you a question that is off topic, gently ask the participant to sit down and save the questions for later so you can carry on with your program. Now this is why having a PowerPoint presentation is really important, because if you want to walk into the room with no PowerPoint presentation, this means that your mind will be full of ideas and you will not have a structured program. At the bottom line, your participants will leave the room with ineffective information. They cannot take action immediately. You do not be fast to answer questions on the spot. Tell your audiences to save the questions for later. This is what I was just saying just now. Dedicate the last 10 minutes of your presentation time to answering frequently asked questions, or FAQ. Last but not least, do not make jokes. A certain degree of humor is good, but do not overdo it. Because people attend your class or attend your coaching program so they can learn a specific skill, not learn jokes. You must suspect that there are people who are from different cultures and different backgrounds. What may be funny to you might not be funny to some of them.